Welcome back to Kleppers Corner, where history isn't just written by the victors. It's rewritten by snarky comedians who have Wi-Fi. Today is September 16th, a date that might seem boring if you're staring at your Outlook calendar, but history begs to differ. This day is like humanity's group chat. Half of it is people saying, we're founding a new nation, and the other half is people saying, oh no, who blew up Wall Street? September 16th is creation and destruction, ambition and chaos. Basically, the same ingredients that make up every single Trump rally. Let's dig in. Segment 1, the Mayflower, America's original Uber pool, 1620. On September 16th, 1620, the Mayflower set sail from Plymouth, England, and instantly redefined the term bad trip. The passengers weren't just idealists searching for religious freedom. They were also hustlers hoping to make a buck, proving that America was a blend of God and greed from day one. Their second ship, the Speedwell, literally failed at its only job, leaving everyone crammed onto one boat like a Puritan clown car. And to fix a cracked beam mid-ocean, they pulled out a great iron screw, which, fun fact, also became the motto of American healthcare. When they landed off course at Cape Cod, they invented the Mayflower Compact, basically the first HOA agreement, agreeing to majority rule. Which is funny because majority rule is now something America only practices in Netflix recommendations, not actual governance. Segment 2, the Grito de Dolores, revolution with a side of land reform, 1810. Fast forward to 1810. In Dolores, Mexico, Father Miguel Hidalgo decided sermons weren't enough, so he rang the church bell and yelled what became known as the Grito de Dolores. The original, y'all ready for this? Instead of calling for halftime nachos, he called for racial equality, land reform, and an end to 3 centuries of Spanish colonialism. Imagine your local priest announcing, Mass is canceled, we're doing revolution instead. People joined him en masse because they were sick of being exploited and because, honestly, it sounded like more fun than confession. He didn't live to see independence, but Mexico celebrates his words every September 16th, with the president reenacting his bell ringing. In America, we reenact history by ringing Taco Bell at 2 a.m. Different vibes, same indigestion. Segment 3, Malaysia, the breakup before the honeymoon, 1963. September 16th, 1963. Malaysia was born when Malaya merged with Singapore, Sabah, and Sarawak. It was supposed to be a pro-Western, post-colonial dream team. Instead, it turned into a reality show called Geopolitical Housewives of Southeast Asia. The merger was basically a math equation. Add Singapore's Chinese majority, subtract racial balance, divide by Cold War anxiety, and what do you get? Riots, resentment, and eventually Singapore being kicked out less than 2 years later. It's the only time in history a country was dumped like a bad Tinder date. It's not us, Singapore, it is you. Get your skyscrapers and leave. The irony? Both Malaysia and Singapore went on to succeed, like divorced parents who still brag about who has the better car. Segment 4, the Wall Street bombing, unsolved crimes and washed evidence, 1920. Now, September 16th isn't all founding and fireworks. In 1920, New York City got rocked by a horse-drawn wagon bomb right outside J.P. Morgan and Company. 38 people died, hundreds were injured, and it was the deadliest act of terrorism in the U.S. until Oklahoma City. And in true Wall Street fashion, instead of mourning, they cleaned up overnight and rang the bell the next morning. Capitalism literally won't let the stock market take a sick day. The FBI's predecessor bungled the investigation, washing away evidence, because who needs forensics when you've got stock tickers to run? To this day, no one knows for sure who did it, but it was likely anarchists, which means Wall Street has been haunted for over a century, and not just by overworked interns. Segment 5, Sabra and Shatila, a humanitarian black hole, 1982. In 1982, the Sabra and Shatila massacre stained September 16th forever. Lebanese Christian militias entered Palestinian refugee camps under Israeli watch and slaughtered hundreds, possibly thousands of civilians. The IDF didn't commit the killings, but surrounded the camps, shot flares, and looked the other way. It was a humanitarian horror show that sparked outrage worldwide and mass protests in Israel itself. The Kahan Commission later forced Ariel Sharon to resign as defense minister, though he eventually became prime minister, because in politics, resignation is less punishment and more career training. The massacre remains unpunished, proving international justice works about as well as your Roomba navigating a Lego pile. Segment 6, GM, the Met, and the Montreal Protocol, Capitalism, Culture, and Climate. September 16th isn't just doom and gloom. It's also engines of change. In 1908, Billy Durant formed General Motors, proving Americans will build anything, even if the founder hated cars. GM perfected the car for every purse and purpose model, which is just capitalism's way of saying buy one, then another, until your driveway looks like a dealership. In 1966, the new Metropolitan Opera House opened at Lincoln Center, with Leontyne Price singing Antony and Cleopatra. The Met basically announced, New York isn't just pizza rats and muggings. We can do culture, too. Spoiler, the opera flopped, but the theater stuck, because even America's culture has sequels. And in 1987, the world signed the Montreal Protocol to save the ozone layer. For once, humanity looked up, saw a gaping hole in the sky, and said, maybe let's not cook the planet with hairspray. It worked. The ozone is healing. It's the only global agreement more effective than trying to split the dinner bill evenly. Segment 7, births, deaths, and quirky legacies. Finally, the roll call of lives. Born today, B.B. King, who turned blues into global magic. Lauren Bacall, who invented the look and stole Bogart's heart. Peter Falk, forever Columboing criminals with just one more thing. Amy Poehler, proving comedy can age like wine. And Nick Jonas, who, let's be honest, is mostly here so millennials can feel old. And on the flip side, we lost Maria Callas, redefining opera as pure fire. And Jean Piaget, who explained children's brains before TikTok rebroke them. These lives remind us history isn't just nations or bombs. It's the people who play, act, sing, and sometimes ask criminals too many follow-up questions. In conclusion, the Tinder date of history. So what do we make of September 16th? It's the ultimate paradox. Pilgrims hammering democracy into place while anarchists hammer Wall Street. Nations rising while others fracture. Culture soaring at the Met while massacres unfold in Beirut. It's proof history doesn't pick a mood. It swipes left and right at the same time. And if you're looking for a date that captures the chaos of human existence, congratulations. September 16th is basically history's messy Tinder bio.